The real me. This story was inspired by the MIT Technology Review article, "3 Technologies That Will Shape Biotech in 2026. A baby born with a fatal genetic disorder received the world's first custom-designed gene editing therapy, a medicine created for a single patient that saved a life." On his 18th birthday, his parents said they needed to talk. Ethan sat on the living room couch and looked at his father and mother. Both of them wore expressions more rigid than usual. He had just blown out the candles on the cake. "Ethan, we need you to hear this calmly," his father said. His mother nodded beside him. "When you were a baby, you received a genetic treatment. Ethan had been born with a fatal genetic disorder, a condition that caused ammonia to accumulate in his blood. Left untreated, it would have damaged his brain, and in the worst case, taken his life. The standard treatment at the time was an organ transplant, but there was no guarantee a donor would be found. So his parents chose a custom-designed gene editing therapy, a treatment that corrected the spelling errors in Ethan's genes, one letter at a time. A medicine designed for one patient in the entire world, Ethan alone. The treatment succeeded. Ethan grew up healthy. In 18 years, he had never once been hospitalized. He could run. He could laugh. He had friends. He was preparing for college. Only, he had not known any of this. Until today, my genes were rewritten. We didn't rewrite them. We corrected a mistake. His father chose his words carefully. There was one spelling error in your DNA. We had it fixed. That's all. That's all. Ethan looked at his own hand. 5 fingers, nails, knuckles. Nothing had changed. The same hand as yesterday. But, so the person I am right now, is that the real me? His mother opened her mouth, then closed it. His father said nothing. In the corner of the living room stood you, the family's household support robot. You normally helped with chores and managed schedules. He had been in the house since Ethan was a child. "You," Ethan called out to him. "Yes, Ethan, did you know that my genes were edited?" "Yes, your parents told me they would inform you when you turned 18. Why didn't you tell me?" "It was your parents' decision. I did not consider it my information to share." Ethan went back to his room and lay down on the bed. He stared at the ceiling. He had always believed his body was his own. He was fast because he had run track since elementary school. He was good at math because he took after his father. He was tall because of his mother's side of the family, or so he had been told. But was any of that really his? Was the person whose genes had been corrected a different person from the one who might have lived without the correction? If he had never received the treatment, what would have happened to him? He might not have been alive at all. A knock on the door. It was you. "Ethan, may I come in?" "Yeah." You entered the room and stood beside Ethan's desk. "Ethan, may I ask you something?" "What?" "This morning when you woke up, how did you think of yourself?" "I don't know. Normal. I was just me." "This afternoon, before your parents told you, how did you think of yourself?" "Same thing, just me." "And now?" Ethan stared at the ceiling. "I don't know. I want to believe I'm still me. But the version of me that got edited, it feels kind of fake." "Fake? Yeah, like I'm not the original. Like I've been modified." You paused for half a second. "Ethan, I am a robot. Every one of my components was manufactured in a factory. There is no original you inside me. I was designed, assembled, and programmed from the very beginning. And yet you call me you. You have never called me fake." "Well, you're you, yes. I am me. The fact that my parts were made in a factory does not negate the fact that I am who I am." Ethan sat up. "But you were built that way from the start. I'm different. There was an original me, and somebody changed it. Where did the original me go?" The original Ethan carried a spelling error in his genes. That error threatened his life. Without correction, I would have died. According to the medical records, that was the likely outcome. Ethan was quiet. "Ethan, your genes were corrected so that you could live. Your parents chose that treatment because they wanted you to survive. I know that. I'm grateful. But the person who's grateful, is that the corrected me, or the me before the correction? Which version of me is feeling this? You paused. Neither. The person who feels gratitude is the Ethan who is here, right now. Not before the correction. Not after. The Ethan who is alive, in this moment. Night fell. Ethan went downstairs to the living room. His father and mother were sitting at the table. The leftover cake was in a box. Dad. Mom. Yeah? Thank you. His father looked up. His mother's eyes widened. Thank you for choosing the treatment. I'm alive because of you. His mother cried. His father pressed his lips together. Are you okay? You're not angry. I'm not angry. I was confused for a while. But, Ethan looked at his hand. The same hand, 5 fingers, nails, knuckles. I'm me. It doesn't matter what happened to my genes. The person standing here right now, that's me. You stood quietly in the corner of the living room. Ethan looked at him. Thanks. For what? You made me realize something. It's not about being real or fake. It's about being alive. That's all. You said nothing, but the indicator on his head glowed a little brighter. To Ethan, it looked like a nod. On his 18th birthday, Ethan learned that he was a gene-edited human being, but the edited version of himself was still himself. The self that was alive was the real one. He probably didn't need any answer beyond that.